Hello, students. I hope you all would be healthy and studying well, preparing for your tests and upcoming half yearly exams. Today, we will be starting from the where we have left in the lesson in the previous video, and the lesson that we were studying was in English literature, and the fifth lesson, the last leaf. So, up to this page number 46, uh, 1 2 3 4 fifth paragraph we had completed, and up to here that we came to know. In short, I am telling you what we have studied up to here in paragraph wise, that doctor had declared that Johnsy is sick of pneumonia. She is infected of pneumonia, and there is only 10% chance remaining that she could remain alive, and that is her wish, that is her hope of living alive. If she is very much disappointed or thinking some negative things, that then there is all 10% hope is also uh, it will be vanished. So in that way, then Sue, who was her roommate, she cried for some time, and then she was doing some work, and but she was observing that Johnsy was every time she was very much hopeless situation she was, and uh, she was such a hopeless feeling that she could relate herself with the she was relating herself with the uh, climbing plant, which was cli- climbed with the help of a old brick house, and it was autumn season, and its leaf was falling down, and she was counting one by one when the leaf was falling and how much leaves were remaining. Those numbers she was counting, and she had believed that when the last leaf of the plant will fell down, at that moment only I will also die. And this was a big challenge for her friend also, Sue also, that how to uh, take her out from that gloomy situation and very disappointing situation from which she was facing. How to take her out, and how she managed an idea to take her back from that situation. And she first of all, we have here we have studied that she was counting the number of the leaves which are left over from the back side. She started from 12, then 11, then 10, 9. In this way she was looking out. So from here we will be studying uh, what first of all we should come to know about the word meanings. First is magnificent. Magnificent means if something is looking, something is appearing extraordinary, very nice, very excellent, that is called magnificent. Scorn means open contempt, disrespect. If I'm disobeying my uh, disobeying the culture, if I'm disobeying the order of and respect of our elders, that is called scorning or disrespect or contempt. Contempt means also disrespect or disobeying something. Broth is a kind of soup. Here in lesson also it is mentioned that Sue prepared a broth and presented it to her friend Johnsy. Broth means it's a kind of soup. It can be made up of meat also, vegetables also, fish also, but it is a kind of soup. It can be veg also and it can be non-veg also. Fancy means if I'm imagining something, that my imagination can be called fancy. Hermit is a person who live alone. We also know that so many sadhus are there, so many sannyasis are there, those who live in caves, those who live on mountains, those who live in forest, and uh, they pray to God, and so they live alone. Those are called saints, and they in Christianity also The hermits also they are said. So a person who lives alone is called hermit. Satyr is a creature according to Roman mythology. Means Roman mythology means our belief. Suppose that we also believe in God. We also believe in devil. So according to Roman mythology, it is a creature who is half man and half goat, a devil type of creature. Fragile means very weak. uh, Suppose that we can, a plant is there now whose name is touch me not. When we touch its leaf, it just closes its leaf. So that we can say that that plant, the leaf of that plant is very fragile. Fragile means very weak. Derision means mockery. If I am making fun of anybody, or if I am mocking of anybody, that is called derision. And idiotic means foolish. If something foolish we are doing, something, if anybody is doing something foolish, that is called idiotic thing. So this was the word meanings. Now let us start from here. What is it, dear? Asked Sue when she was counting from backside 12, 11, 10, 9. So she is asking, what is it, dear? Sue is asking. 6, said Johnsy in almost a whisper. They are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100. It made my head ache to count them, but now it's easy. There goes another one. There are only 5 left now. She's saying that 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves were there on this tree, on this plant, and now it was difficult then to count the leaves, but now it is very easy for me. Now only 5 is left. 5 what, dear? Leaves on the ivy vine. She is replying, there 5 leaves I am talking about. When the last one falls, I must go too. I have known for that for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you? She is saying that I am knowing that when the last leaf will fall, I will also go away from this world. I think that doctor would have told you about this thing. Oh, I never heard of such nonsense, complained Sue with magnificent scorn. Scorn means disobeying his foolish belief. She said that I never heard of such a nonsense that you are talking about. What have old ivy leaves out to do with your getting well? Why the doctor told me this morning that your chances of getting well really real soon were. She is saying that doctor had told me that your chance of getting well is soon is there. Let's see exactly what he said. He said the chances were 10 to 1. She said the doctor had said that you can survive, but the chances are less. Out of 10 chances, there is only one chance. But it doesn't mean that you will die. Have some broth, Johnsy. Broth means kind of soup. She offered some soup to Johnsy. There goes another, said Johnsy, keeping her eyes fixed out of the window. No, I don't want any broth. That leaves just 4. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I'll go too. She said that now one more has fallen, one more leaf has fallen. Now it is 4 only, and I don't want any broth or soup. And I am just waiting. When the last leaf will fall, I will also go. Johnsy dear, said Sue, bending over her. Means Sue, who was her friend, she bent over Johnsy and she said, oh Johnsy dear, will you promise me to keep your eyes closed and not look out of window until I am done working? She is saying that if you have to promise me that you will close your eyes and not look out of the window while I am doing my work. I must hand those drawings in by tomorrow, because I am doing this drawing because whose work I have taken. I have to hand over the drawing to my clients by tomorrow. So I have to do it now only. So you don't see out of the window and you close your eyes. I need the light or I would draw the sheet down. She is saying that I need the light also because I am drawing it. So if the proper light is not there, then my drawing will become it will not be good. So I would draw its shade will be light. So I need the light also. Couldn't you draw in other room? Asked Johnsy coldly. Johnsy replied that you cannot draw in another room. I would rather be here by you, said Sue. Sue is replying that no, I will not go in another room. I will be here by you. Besides, I don't want to keep you looking at those silly ivy leaves. I'm I'm although I'm making my drawing, but I'm observing. I will make ensure that you don't look out of the window and see those ivy leaves. Tell me as soon as you have finished, said Johnsy, closing her eyes and lying white and still as fallen statue. And Johnsy said, okay, you draw it, but as soon as you finish it, you tell me. I am closing my eyes because I want to see the last one fall. She is saying that for time being I am closing my eyes, but I want to see the last leaf falling from the tree, from the plant. I am tired of waiting. She is saying that I am tired of waiting that the last leaf should fall down and I should also die, and it is not falling. I am tired of thinking. I want to turn loose my hold on everything and go sailing down, down, just like one of those poor tired leaves. She's saying that as that tired leaves that tired last leaf will fell down. In that way, I also want to lose my hold on everything and go up into the heaven. Try to sleep, said Sue. Sue said that don't talk some this type of foolish things and you try to sleep. I must call Brahman up to be my model for the old hermit miner. She is saying that I am going to call the Burman. Burman was her neighbor for a model. She was making a drawing of hermit miner. Hermit means a person who lives alone and in a cave. So in that way, his painting he had to make, and she was thinking that he could come and sit, and I may draw my picture. I will not be gone a minute. Don't try to move till I come back. She is saying that I am going to call him and I will be coming in less than a minute, and you don't try to move from your place. Old Berman was a painter who lived on a ground floor beneath them. Old Berman was a painter and he was living on the ground floor on of that building. He was past 60 and had a Michelangelo's Moses beard curling down from the head of a satyr along with the body of an imp. Michelangelo's Moses means it is a type of he was a painter. Michelangelo's Moses in the 18th century or something like that, and he was a painter, and his statue is kept in the one of the uh, lab there in Italy. So he was a painter, and his Moses means in that statue his beard is there, so very long type of. So in that way, this Berman is also a man, and he is a satire. Satire. He looks like a satire, means a devil type. His look is of a devil type, means not very good looking, and one can get fear of him. That type of creature Berman was. He was failure in art. He was also not very good painter. He was failure in art. He had been always about to paint a masterpiece, but had never yet begun it. Every time he tried to paint a masterpiece, that I will make a piece, that I will make a drawing that will be an excellent one, an extraordinary one, but he could not succeed. He earned a little by serving as a model to those young artists in the colony who could not pay the price of a professional. So he earned a little by presenting himself as a model for the other artists who just hired their services as a model. Sue found Vernon sitting in his dimly lighted den below. She told him of Johnsy's fancy and how she feared she would, indeed light and fragile as a leaf herself, float away when her slight hold upon the world grew weaker. So she saw Brahman was sitting in her room with a lantern. It was glowing, and she told everything about her fancy. Fancy means imagination of Johnsy, that how she is thinking and how she has lost her hope. Old Behrman, with his red eyes plainly streaming, shouted his contempt and derision for such idiotic imaginations. So old Behrman, he just conveyed his disrespect or something like that, anger, why she is thinking like that, and he shouted at that. So that's all for today. In this way, it means we don't have to lose our hope. We always have to uh, gather ourselves, collect ourselves, and fight with the situation. This is the whole idea of the story. Remaining part we will be try to learn in the coming videos. Thank you and have a wonderful day.